Hey everybody, and welcome back to the debut episode of Idle Chatter on this St. Patrick's Day 2010. I have a friend with me today. John Michael is here, and you've seen him before on Today in Oz, and today he is here with us to weigh in on last night's show. John Michael?
Thanks, Caleb. This is Idle Chatter, and I am John Michael Money. Caleb asked me to take a few minutes just to kind of give my opinion of Tuesday night's performances of the top 12. Well, let's just briefly say that Michael, he was good. I thought his last week was amazing, but this week it wasn't as good as last week, but it was good enough even to keep him going. Dee Dee was probably the best I've seen of her since the show started. Casey, I thought the song suited him very well. I wasn't very impressed with Lacey Brown. It was kind of boring in my opinion, and the ending was kind of, not really there. I didn't like it. Excuse me. Katie Stevens, I wasn't impressed. Andrew Garcia, I don't really think the Rolling Stones suit him, but I'm a big fan of his, so I really wanted to stay and keep going to the end. Tim Irvin, well, I'm just not going to take the time to even go there because I'm just not a big fan of his. Ever since he did One Republic's Apologize a few weeks ago, I honestly think he shouldn't have lasted this long. Even if he has gradually gotten better the last couple weeks, tonight it kind of dropped him back down. Siobhan Magnus, her note at the end of the song was incredible. How someone could do that, I don't know. Lee, I'm not a big fan of his, but it wasn't the worst of the night. Paige Miles, I kind of loved her song, Honky Tonk, whatever it was called. Well, but her vocals are, best I've seen of her so far. Aaron Kelly, for a 16-year-old, he's pretty good. And then Crystal Bowersox, her arrangement of You Can't Always Get What You Want. I liked it. It was different and unique, and she's very consistent, which I like. Well, that's all I've got, but if I was to choose who I think is going to go home, I hope it's Tim. But if it's not Tim, I'm going to say Lacey. But you know what, that's all I've got tonight, and I can't wait to see the results tomorrow night. So y'all have a good night. Goodbye.
Thanks, John Michael. If you're not going to take the time to talk about Tim, I will. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail because we've already heard my opinion on this, but I think that one of the reasons why I'm pulling for him is because I kind of have a little bit of a idea of what he's been through. I've been in this place before where I did really bad on something, and then it took me a long time to recover from it because everybody had this idea that I was terrible. I worked so hard to try to get better after that. But anyway, I think that he has improved over the weeks. Last night probably was not as good as the week before, but I do agree with you on that. One thing I didn't say about before was who I think will go home. John Michael said that he thinks that Tim, or wants Tim to go home, but he thinks that if Tim doesn't, that it might be Lacey. I don't know if I don't really know who I think might go home, because, it's always so unpredictable. I think, yeah, Lacey possibly. I like her, but, last night I don't think was her strongest night. I think that she does really well when she gets into her belting voice, but in that lower, quieter stuff, sometimes sounds like she has some pitch problems, but, I would say maybe Lacey. I want Casey to go home. I'm not a big fan of his at all. But, I don't really know. We'll see what happens. But, I would like to hear your thoughts. So, please weigh in on your thoughts. If you've got any comments about what we've talked about, if you want to share your thoughts, if you've got questions or suggestions for the show, please email us. The email address is idlechattershow@gmail.com. And then, of course, you can follow me on Twitter. I am on Twitter a lot. My Twitter is twitter.com/Caleb Graham, and I share about Idol sometimes during the show if I get, really worked up about it. And, of course, over on my blog, I post things as well, grayanoz.tumblr.com. And you can always check out all of your American Idol chatter right here on the Idle Chatter YouTube page, youtube.com/IdleChatterShow. And we'll be right back. Alright. Alright everybody, that's all the time that we have today. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow when I'll follow up on tonight's results show. David Cook is going to be on there tonight, Orianthi, and who is it? Kesha, sorry. I was trying to remember without looking at the card. But anyway, who will it be? Who's going to go home? No matter who it is, you know that we will talk about it tomorrow. So, thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope that you had a great time, and happy St. Patrick's Day. See you later.